It has been Dela Goka so far, and it has been an interesting discussion so far. We are catching fire small.
It's the description on the 55R channel.
But this particular topic of readership and people loving reading, it's a topic worth a whole video on, not just a session, because I think it goes beyond just writers making their books available, and I think it boils down to even us, pre-colonial times. What were we doing? Did we even ever try documenting our lives anywhere, what we were doing? Did we even ever try to even implement a system where we can document and recollect some of the things that we used to do? How popular were those systems? Were we sharing it among ourselves to make it like a generalized or a standardized way of taking information and interpreting it? So this, we'll talk about it. We'll have more time to even speak about it. So you don't worry. Mr. Dela Goka, why do you always feel the need to address one form of societal issue to the other? Most importantly, you always use a girl child. Is it out of marketing gimmicks, or is out of like you have a real passion for this to be a voice of these people, or somebody who actually use your work to put them on their toes so that they don't repeat some of these mistakes that are fully in the glare of the eye, but youthful exuberance may sometimes make you overlook them?
Writing, like I said, you intend to solve a problem with your book. You get it? If you are writing and you are not solving a problem, then it's like you are misfiring. You have a gun. Writing is, for me, the pen is like a gun. You get it? Like you said, voice for the voiceless.
Yeah.
And sometimes people in their own problems might not be able to give solutions to the problem. It all boils down to the realization of what you can also do to benefit humanity. It's as simple as that. So the earlier you spot your God-given ability or whatever it is you are good at and pursue it to solving problems, the better.
Nice one. I nearly forget this particular question. As a writer, or even before you picked up writing, there should be certain people who inspires you, either in that same industry, or maybe people pick inspiration from just anywhere. Do you have anybody whose work or persona or whoever they are actually help fan that flame in you to become an author?
Honestly, I've always loved Chinua Achebe
of Nigeria.
I love that man so much. And that is because I read his book, Things Fall Apart.
Loverboy.
It's really taught me how to write proper scenes. I'm talking about imagery, and I just like the way he creates his scenes. I learned that from Chinua Achebe by reading his book, Things Fall Apart.
So did you encounter Chinua Achebe before starting your own journey as an author?
No.
Whilst you were journeying?
When I wrote my first book,
The Sword
of Love, I wrote it just because I felt I could write. You get it? If you remember, I told you I was overconfident.
Yeah.
So I didn't really seek for
guidance,
or could it even be that the people were not even willing to help?
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, writing in itself is quite intense. It's a very dedicative. You have to be very disciplined to be able to write.
Yeah.
And very convincing. You need to be a very good liar. I wouldn't say liar per se. You need to be very creative.
He said that.
Especially fiction.
Yeah, fictional.
You are saying it as if it has happened. That is what I mean by saying you are a liar.
Make believe.
I got you. You get it. So that is how it has been for me. But no, after releasing my first book, what's the name?
Sword of Love.
The Sword of Love. I said no. I think I was born for this. At a point in time, I remember telling a friend, if I don't achieve anything in this world at all, at least I should be able to publish not less than 5 books.
Nice one.
Before I die.
Nice one.
And that way I will feel fulfilled. So as for Chinua Achebe, somewhere along the line, I found him and I made him can put it that way. So.
Okay, so I want to follow up on that. How important do you think it is for just about anybody who is starting at something to have somebody that they look up to, especially in the discipline that they are trying to work in? How important do you think it is? Or is it just now? It depends on preferences.
It's very important. You see, everywhere there is a saying that everything you want to do in this world, there is somebody who is either doing it or has done it before. And it makes your work much more easier, because sometimes if you want to wait and learn from your own experience, it might take time. So if you are able to get people who can guide you and maybe counsel you, encourage you and stuff like that, it will do you a lot of good.
To go a long way. Okay. I just want to know, writing, as we all have just accepted right now, it's not for the for the
weekend.
Seriously, I've observed you work before. That's how come I even come to appreciate the kind of work that goes into producing a novel, for that matter. For me to see you commit yourself like that to just working to get your book out, I want to know, do you have a philosophy, a personal philosophy that keeps you going? Maybe anytime the tough times come, you remind yourself that, yes, this is what I stand for, this is what I'm doing, and this is... Do you have a philosophy that guides you? And do you mind sharing if you have one?
Talking about philosophy, maybe I have one that I'm not even aware of. That's the honest truth. Also, it still boils down to the God-given task. Like I said earlier, if I leave this world today, at least I know that I've written 2 books or 3 books. Okay? It means that what God has deposited in the inside of me has not gone to waste.
Yeah.
Somebody will benefit from reading my book. You know, I listen to musicians. We buy people's services and products. That is that person's gift to the world. As a writer, if I put out books, that is my own gift to the world. That is what is supposed to feed me and perhaps my family and people who I can help. I believe that other occupations are just things to push you or maybe finance your projects. But I believe that every individual has a God-given task to accomplish.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So those things are all other, maybe you want to be, you want to put yourself into another kind of business, and you have to solve a problem.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
So it's at the back of that you keep going.
Anytime I listen to musicians release new songs and we all jump to it and all of that, I feel like, okay, so this guy has done his part of his assignment, and so how are people also benefiting from my own God-given? That is one thing that really pushes me, because I feel like, oh no, I can't just be a waste. No, I don't want to be a waste.
We all have a mandate on this thing.
Maybe yours is to cook some fried rice in one corner for people to come and buy, and you are feeding people, and maybe that is your task.
I get it.
You see, so sometimes you need to pray for guidance, for you to come to the realization of your actual purpose. You get it? Because if you were born to be a runner, but then you find yourself doing something that has nothing to do with speed. So it's more like you are a square peg in a round hole. Meanwhile, that is not to say that there is no need for speed or
somewhere
you
else.
So sometimes it's very important for you to pray for guidance, for you to know your purpose, purpose-driven life. That way you can solve problems with your uniqueness, and it will be beautiful.
Yeah, was it Albert Einstein that said this, that if you judge the intelligence of a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you conclude that fish is dumb or something of that sort. I'm just paraphrasing. So yes, it's very important for us all to know where we're supposed to be, or where our set of skills and talents and God-given everything will actually make us become the best version of us. We all need to find where our light will actually shine on the rest of the world. Abutu. Your new baby.
Yeah.
It's not new to me though. I've read it back cover to cover, and then It's a very great book. I think it is also another step in your creative dexterity, if I should put it that way. It's you have pushed the limit a bit higher with this particular book, Abutu. Let me show my audience what I'm talking about. This is a very fine book written by Dela. You can just see the picture of the young lady on it, and then you can tell the story all in her face. You get my point? So you see, this is Abutu. This is what I'm talking about. What are your expectations in terms of how audience will carry it, will receive it, and as well as sales?
Abutu is also a very beautiful story.
Yeah.
I'm very glad you read it.
Yeah.
And hearing that from you, I know it will go a long way. It's a very nice book. It's a different book on its own. History in the Mirror is also another great book.
Yeah.
And I just can't compare them.
No, I'm not asking you to compare, but you see, knowing you very well, even before you start writing, you have an audience in mind.
Yeah.
And with that comes with expectation. You know, they will be expecting this, so you actually position your wedding, your storyline, your everything, even to the packaging, the whole cover, everything, to just answer all those expectations. Yeah. How well or bad do you think your audience will receive Abutu?
Honestly, I think I'm expecting a very positive response from
Largely
them.
positive.
Because after writing History in the Mirror, it's like cooking for people who you already know their taste buds. How will I even put it? So you know what to even expect. So I know that they will love it. I wrote a book to their taste.
Nice one.
And I know they'll love it. I can't wait to release it.
We give thanks.
Yeah, I can't wait to release it.
We give thanks. Dela Goka. Charlie, your story has been very, very inspiring ever since. Like getting to know you and all what you've been doing. I am much more inspired. Sometimes I just look at you like doing your things. Like you can just hold me down and just download on me like a whole full scope of ideas and what you want to do. And I'll see you follow through with all of them. You see that? So the viewers or the audience of this particular program are people who want to be fed with inspiration. We are all people who are trying to accomplish things from our small corners. And sometimes when you see somebody already blazing the trail in whatever they are doing, it's very, very inspiring to hear a word or two from them. Tell them something, brother.
Well, what more can I say? It's just about self-realization, and you know that you are here for a purpose. So you need to solve a problem with your abilities or your talents or what have you. That way you'll be fulfilled. You know, there is a God-given assignment to every living and non-living thing in the face of this world. So just make sure that you find what it is that you know you can do or you are good at, and keep doing it. Money initially, or maybe from the beginning, might not really hit the account, but when you climb to the top and you are good at it, people will respect you, and respect will come with some money eventually, though.
Or not. Dela Goka, thank you very much. It's been a very, very wonderful moment hanging out with you, sharing thoughts together, trying to get your mindset, everything that you've been doing. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. And you've been an amazing person. You are, like you said, you're already blessing the world with your talents. And I pray that you keep doing it for as long as God Himself permits you to do so. Charlie, thank you for gracing us here on the description. I really appreciate you and your time, knowing how busy you are, Charlie. I really, really thank you for that. It has been a description with Martin said and Sapo, and then catch you on the next one. Peace. We are out.
It's the description on the 55R channel.